calling all recruiters. How to make every interaction profitable. Check out this video right now and I'll show you how. Hey, welcome to the Millionaire Recruiter. I'm Brianna Rooney, your Millionaire Recruiter. And if you have not seen this channel before, it's all about upping your game in the recruiting industry. So it's time to make every interaction profitable, right? Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm going to put us into this little sales hub again because recruiters are always put into the sales hub. And if we're in the sales hub, then we need to actually think how valuable our time is and how every interaction should give us some kind of ROI, right? Return on investment. And so how do we do that? Well, you have to think that you're not looking for that shiny new penny as recruiters. I know that we want to, right? Ooh, yay! This person's great. I'm going to talk to them. You don't need to start every week new. You need to let the weeks roll like it's just one long-ass week. So, which means every time you are talking to someone is a time off of you and you need to make it profitable. So, first and foremost, referrals. Referrals, referrals, referrals. Do not feel bad asking for referrals. Think of it like this. People in general want to feel important, which means the way to feel important is to help others. And that's paying it forward, right? Like, I love these videos because I know I'm helping someone. I know I'm hopefully helping thousands. By the way, we're pretty close to hitting 30,000 subscribers, y'all. Thank you for that. But referrals. I get people reaching out to me on LinkedIn all the time. Hey, do you know someone that knows this? That's networking. If you are not a great networker as a recruiter, you are not doing it right. You need to up that game, which means you need to get referrals. So when can you get referrals? You can get referrals at any stage of a relationship. I tend to like asking for referrals a little bit later in the stage because for me, I kind of like prove my worth. But if your worth's already proven, what's to stop you from getting it in the beginning, right? So let's just say you're having a conversation with a candidate. They're having such a hard time with their company because of, I don't know, there's a tyrant, there's just a toxic environment. And you're going to say, hey, gosh, you know what? I would love to help all of your friends. Like, do you know anyone else that's looking at the company that I can help? When you put it like that, it's like a no-brainer to refer you. Like just yesterday, there was a really big layoff at a company and I had someone call me that I placed a really long time ago. This person didn't get laid off, but his whole team pretty much did. And he's like, can I please send you these people? Now, do I have spots or time for all of them? No, but you need to take that moment because there might be 3 months from now when another team, like someone from that referral, zone calls me up and now they're a client, so make time for that stuff. Referrals are brilliant and they're gold. If you're talking to a candidate and they're saying like, hey, you know what? I'm not going to go with the company that you were representing. I'm going to go with this other company. What are you going to do? You're going to now get their company as a client. You have that solid relationship. This is essentially just another referral and say, oh my God, let's just call this person Barbara. Barbara, it's amazing, good for you. I'm so happy that you're going to, I don't know, let's say Google. You're going to Google. Are you hiring as well? And they'll be like, oh yeah, I am hiring. There's so many people that they need to hire. Hey, great. Are you the hiring manager there? I would love to continue to work with you. I felt our relationship was strong. Or can you put me in touch with the decision maker? Bam. If they can't do that, then your relationship wasn't that strong. So think of it like that. So if you build a good relationship, there's no reason why they can't then refer you to their company because they've already had that great experience working with you. And again, remember, people want to work with who they like. Another thing to make every single interaction profitable is keeping in touch and keeping those notes. Please keep notes, people. You will not remember everything. I can't even tell you. If you're a vault up here, it does not matter. So keep it in touch. So like every depending, 1 month, 3 months, depending on who it is, your relationship and kind of their clout and level at their company will depend on how much you keep in touch. You just always want to say, hey, how are you? Not asking for anything. The not asking for anything actually goes a long way because you're kind of asking for something eventually, right? But it's not going to feel weird when you're ready to ask. And don't be afraid to ask. Again, people want to help. There's always give and takes relationships. And so if you're giving as well, feel free to take. It's your right? So another thing is when you're interacting with candidates is you're going to find an industry trend. So a couple examples of that, like let's say you're talking to a few candidates and let's say there's three of them. Three of them happen to say ed tech. They want to get in the education space. Like that's what they want. You're thinking, wow, is this a trend? If this is a trend and I'm having candidates that want to be in the ed tech space, I need to go get clients in the ed tech space. See that ROI? See that? That's good, right? On the other side of the coin, let's say you're talking to a company in the ed tech space. Actually, I'm sorry, you're talking to candidates in the ed tech space and you've talked to a few of them and they might be at different companies, but they might be having layoffs or there might just be frustration. So you're thinking, is this a trend? Is ed tech going down? So think about how ed tech blasted up after COVID because everyone had to, learn remotely. There were so many things that happened and the education space really flourished. Well, are we now out of COVID and maybe it's not needed as much as it was? So are there going to be layoffs in that industry? Is that a trend? Do I need to now go get all those candidates from the ed tech space? Think about that, okay? Always thinking about trends, and you learn about them through talking to candidates and companies. So again, even if you're not placing that person, you're still finding trends in order to find other placements elsewhere, more success. Another thing, and last but definitely not least, and this kind of goes into referrals. I feel like it all kind of trickles down to referrals, but it's get a recommendation. Your recommendations on LinkedIn will boost your business so much. I will say, lately I haven't been super great at getting a recommendation. And I am doing better. I call them now client compliments, and they will be going on my website. But my personal LinkedIn hasn't had a recommendation in a little while. It's because I'm doing a little bit of a different role. If I was strictly recruiting, I would make sure that I'm constantly having recommendations. But since I have already built enough clout over the last 14 years, I don't need them as much. I need them in a different way. But for you as recruiters, you absolutely positively have to have them. Here's a couple of reasons why. One, companies want to see, so if you're an agency recruiter, they need to see that other companies have used you and liked you. If you're an internal recruiter, you're both internal and external, you need those candidate recommendations as well, because candidate experience, what is so big right now? Candidate experience. And it's not going to change. The candidate experience has to get better and better and better. So you need that recommendation. And then, especially if you're going to be starting your own business, I just did a video on that, on, when to start your own recruiting business. But if you're doing that, no one's going to use you if you don't have recommendations. So I think a trend, and hopefully it's stopping because I always hated this trend, but I used to have people say, hey, can I get on the phone with a past client? Can I get on the phone with a past candidate? And to me, that's a nuisance. Like, I have to now go call someone that I know really well and say, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you give me a recommendation? But if you're getting that recommendation via text that you have on your LinkedIn or your website, done. What do I do now when someone wants to talk to one of my past clients? I direct them to the website or my LinkedIn. Done. So it saves a whole lot of time, which then, if you have more time, you have more profits, technically, right? Because time is money. Okay, so hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that you are already doing a lot of these things. I had a boss that said, you have to make money after every single interaction. Doesn't matter if it's today, tomorrow, or next year. That's powerful, so I'm giving that to you. All right, I hope you enjoyed this. And I also hope that you are registered in my masterclass, because we go over all sorts of different topics. I know I just came off of a really cool one, which is, well, how to start your own recruiting business. So it's a lot of fun. It's interactive. So we definitely have that. And we'll put the link down below for you to check that out for sure. And, also don't forget, you need to train yourself. You need to invest in yourself. And I think that that's super important, which I've been putting all my my blood, sweat, and tears into Thriversity.io. So definitely gonna plug that for sure. But I will see you every Thursday at noon. And don't forget that money is just a vessel to do all the amazing things you want to go do in life. Go live it. And check out this other video that can help you, right?